and welcome to Chant a Psalm a Day. How is everyone doing out there in YouTube land? If you're watching this after the live, thank you. Subscribe to this channel. Go ahead and like this video. You see I have my prayer beads right here that I made. They actually broke. They're supposed to be like this. Anyway, let's get to the psalm today. This psalm today, the psalm today is 57. Okay, those of you who are 57 years old, blessed to be 57. I'm not there yet, but almost. I am giving thanks for every minute of the day that we are blessed with life. And the psalm today is titled, Let Your Glory Be Over All the Earth. So in translation, you can see in the description, I put let righteousness, the Most High, Jehovah, however you want to call that, righteousness, glory be over all the earth. Remember I mentioned that righteousness is going to cover the earth as the water cover the sea? This is where that's coming from here. So letting your glory, and we take the pronouns out. We don't put your, we put what that is. Righteousness, righteous glory be over all the earth. So this is a psalm to the choir master according to Do Not Destroy. It's a miktam of David when David fled from Saul in the cave. So it's a history behind this psalm, and we're going to see that when we translate it. So this is Psalm 57, and it's 11 verses, and it's titled, as I mentioned, Let righteousness, Jah righteousness, the glory of that be over all the earth. So verse 1, be merciful to I and I. O Jah, be merciful to I and I. O righteousness, O goodness, mercy, love, and kindness. For in righteousness, mercy, love, and kindness, my life is safe. Check that out. That's verse 1 translated. I don't use the word refuge because it also has different meanings. So I go to safe. Your safe place, right? When you know, the mercy and the goodness, be merciful, and it's twice. It's repeated. Be merciful, be merciful. For in that righteousness, in that mercy and love, kindness, I and I life is safe. Okay? End it there. But it keeps on in verse 1. In the shadow of righteous wings, I will be safe till the storms of destruction pass by. Okay, we are in hurricane season, and hurricane season starts. These are storms. We have storms in Texas, and I lived there for 10 years, got my 5 degrees from Texas. So these storms of destruction that are happening, you're going to be safe in the shadow of righteousness, in the shadow of goodness and mercy. Once you're sowing that, you are going to receive that. You're going to reap that. So, and then storms of destruction are going to pass you by. You're going to be in a safe place. And as mentioned in the beginning of verse 1. So we look at verse 2 now. I cry out to the Most High. It speaks of God Most High, because that is what that righteousness is. That righteousness is high above, is high. And we want to be seeking for what is above, not for what is below. And the Most High that righteous Almighty, is referenced as Most High. Most High. It's not most low, it's Most High. So to righteousness fulfills a righteous purpose for I and I. Okay? I cry out to the Most High, the righteousness, and to that righteousness, that is the fulfillment of I and I purpose, is righteousness, doing good, making sure that you're sowing seeds of mercy, kindness, love, integrity, honesty, respect. Okay? So we look at verse 2, and then we look at verse 3, because verse 2 is a physical, you're crying out. You're crying out to the Most High, to the righteousness, and to righteous, and that righteousness is going to fulfill a purpose for I and I. Okay, we have a purpose. You out there have a purpose. So in verse 3 now, it speaks of the righteousness will send from above and save I and I. And that righteousness will put to shame, okay, folks that want to trample on I. Selah. It didn't say amen. Selah. So what is righteousness going to ultimately do? What is goodness and mercy and love and kindness going to ultimately do? It's going to save. It's going to put folks in shame because they are trampling oppressive Selah. Okay? So in verse 3 doesn't end there. Verse 3 has 1, 2, 3 stanzas, and verse 3 ends with righteousness will send out steadfast love and faithfulness. Okay? And the faithfulness has works behind it. There's works behind that faithfulness, and it's working. All things are working for our good, for I and I goodness. So it may seem, how come I didn't get that? Why this happened? This and the other, right? However, all of that is working for our good. We just have to have faith, and we have to have the works behind it. So in verse 4, it speaks of life. That life is in the midst of beasts. They reference lions, but I love lions. Okay, so I'm not going to reference lions as, that, because the next stanza defines that as beasts. I and I life is in the midst of beasts. I rest amid fiery beasts. The children of humans, whose teeth are spears and arrows, whose tongues are sharp swords. So in verse 4, it's a compilation of, talking about life and being around, folks that are not nice, basically, right? So verse 4 speaks of that. Your life is going to be in the midst of that. So what do you do? What do you do? In verse 5, it tells us, it speaks to I and I, rather, not us, but it speaks, be exalted, O righteousness, above the heavens, right? Let righteous glory be over all the earth. And my mom's name is Glory. So let glory be over all the earth. And that glory is that adulation, that admiration, that love for goodness and mercy, kindness, long suffering, and all of that. And knowing that that I and I have been given life in abundance, and we need to receive that in abundance and sow the seeds of goodness in abundance. So in verse 6, it talks about nets that are traps. Okay, there are traps out there. These folks set a net for I and I steps. Okay, and then what happens is I and I life now is low, is bowed down, right? Because folks are digging a pit in the way where I and I have to walk. However, these folks that are digging a pit have fallen into it themselves. Selah again appears. So remember, when you dig a hole for a person, you better dig two. One for yourself, because you're going to fall into that same hole you are digging, the same trap you are setting. You're going to be caught in that. So in verse 7, it talks about, what do? Your heart is steadfast, O Most High, O righteousness. Your heart is steadfast. It's going to be steadfast. You're going to hold yourself in a good place. You're not going to retaliate or have vengeance on folks. You're going to leave folks to the foot of the cross, let the blood drip down and the fire blaze. That's what I speak of. So this steadfast love that's being described is throughout the Psalms. And it goes into your heart, this steadfast, oh, merciful, Most High. And verse 7, it keeps on with, what are you going to do? You're going to chant and make melody. You're going to chant and make songs. Awake to I and I glory. Awake, O harp and instruments, the instruments that make the melodious sounds, right? I will awake the dawn. And verse 9, I will give thanks to righteousness, to the goodness and mercy and loving kindness among folks. I will chant songs of melody to righteousness, mercy, loving kindness, and compassion among the nations. And verse 10, for the steadfast love that is of righteousness and goodness, mercy, and love is great above. Okay, we find that above. When we here on this earth, sometimes we find folks that are not in a steadfast love. So the faithfulness is to the clouds. Be exalted. This is verse 11. Be exalted, O righteousness, above the heavens. Let righteous glory be over all the earth. Selah and Selah again. This was Psalm 57. I give thanks for the psalm. I give thanks for the word. I give thanks because we know that through goodness, mercy, love, and kindness, we are all saved and looked after because of our own ways. Our own actions determine our outcomes, right? That's what happens. So this Psalm 57 really echoes that, and it gives us a sense of you're gonna be okay. Everything's gonna be okay, and it's about what you do, what you sow, you're gonna reap, right? So we're gonna transition to the verse of the day, and the verse of the day comes from Psalm 56, verse 4, and the Psalm today is 57. So we see how we are aligned here. We are in tandem or in relation with the Psalm today and the verse. So in the verse today, it says, in righteousness, the word I chant to, in righteousness I trust, and I am not afraid. Remember, I said Psalm 57, we're going to be all right. You're going to be all right. Look at Psalm 57. You're going to be all right. right? And Psalm 56, verse 4, the verse of the day, what can people do to you? What can mere mortals do to me? So we see that again echoed in Psalm 57 and in our verse today. I love that because it gives us a sense of assurance that we are okay and that we do not have to fear the unknown. We don't have to fear what is to come or what is to be because we are in the merciful hands of the Most High. So when I look at the verse, the word today from dailyword.com, it's forgive. So our word today is forgive, and we are looking at Ephesians chapter 4, verse 32. Forgive. Forgive is the word today. Have you forgiven yourself? Have you forgiven others? I forgive myself and live in tranquility. So it reads, as I look forward on I life, I don't look back, I look forward. I recall times I had inadvertently hurt someone's feelings. Feeling regret, I may question how I could have better handled the situation. Self-forgiveness requires love and compassion. That is the Most High. It requires the Most High. I can't change the past. So you cannot go back into the past and fix something and make it different. However, I can do I best to move forward by treating others as I would like to be treated, right? When I can apologize for past actions, I do. I center myself in tranquility and love. I speak words, okay? I speak words, I commune with the Most High with righteousness, and actions are to be motivated through love, compassion, and thoughtfulness. I affirm I responses to future conflict or misunderstandings will be tempered with patience and standing firm. I am a divine being living I human experience. Some days better than others. Okay? So remember, you were divine. You were divinely made. You're divine. And you're living a human experience. You're experiencing what it is to be human. However, you are also divine. Okay? So as a divine being living through human experience, some days are better than others. As I forgive myself, I allow myself to move forward. So in the verse of Ephesians chapter 4, verse 32, be kind to one another, tender-hearted, forgiving one another. So we have to be tender-hearted. We have to forgive one another. However, we have to first forgive ourselves. We have to forgive ourselves, okay? And live in tranquility. Not peace, because peace is the diploma or the certificate that you get in the cemetery. Rest in peace. I want to rest in love and compassion and mercy and tranquility. So that is the word today, forgive. Go out there and forgive folks. Call people up on the phone and tell them, I'm sorry that I did whatever to you. Let's move on and go past that. And then we look at the verse today, and the verse today is, don't worry about what mere mortals can do to you, right? Because you in righteousness, that is the word that you give adulation to, right? You give adoring and adulation to righteousness, to that word, the word that you give honor to, right? And that's righteousness. And that is what you trust, and you won't be afraid. What can mere mortals do to I? Selah and Selah again. That was the verse of the day. We had the Psalm of the day, and then we looked at the word today, forgive. Thank you for joining Chant a Psalm a Day. I look forward to sharing again. I look forward to sharing again when we come and return to chant a psalm next day. Okay? So, in the meantime, everyone stay blessed and know that you are highly favored, wonderfully made, and most importantly, you are blessed. Take care, everyone. Have a blessed day.